gentle rhythm beyond compare. Raindrops tap the tender beat as jazz melodies softly greet.
Welcome again to our series as we discuss maternal health as it relates to premature births. I'm Tsion Williams. I am blessed to be a wife, a mother, a nurse, as well as a maternal and quality coordinator for a local hospital in San Antonio, Texas. With that, I've known that my life's purpose is to serve. And in this capacity, I'm able to serve our community and have this, again, great discussion on how we can reverse the statistics. Our community is greatly impacted by our maternal health and our neonatal health, our babies. How do we ensure that we are turning the tide to have a healthier community? By building knowledge, building that self-advocacy. In this discussion, we'll summarize the things that we've talked about in the previous sessions. In the previous session, we first start off is, what is premature births? That is when a baby is born too soon. They are born prior to 37 weeks gestation. We discuss risk factors for that. Risk factors include having lack of access to health care, high stress, chronic conditions or disease, infection. We are coming into flu and COVID is still around. How do we prevent those things? As well as how do we space out our pregnancies and the timing of those? And at the end of the day, we know that our community's health and wellness starts with the woman. How is a woman physically healthy, emotionally healthy, spiritually healthy, financially, intellectually healthy? If a woman in our community are those things, our babies are going to be healthier, which means our community is going to be healthier. So what greater discussion is to focus on how do we support as a whole, as a community? Because although it starts with our woman, it is us together, serving each other, caring for each other, nurturing each other to ensure that we understand our risk factors, we understand resources that we can utilize to overcome issues that we may come across, and also how do we keep practicing and keep sharing knowledge with each other. Share those resources, share the knowledge, share the love, share the intention and focus on reversing these negative health outcomes that are affecting our moms and our babies, our most precious population. So again, in earlier sessions, we discussed what is prematurity. Again, that is a baby that is born too soon. And what can we do about that? Now let's jump into, again, understanding pre-pregnancy health and wellness. It is important that our women have preconception health. That means before they're pregnant, how do we focus on our holistic health, our mind, body, and spirit with each other, supporting each other? Let's talk with access to health care. For the San Antonio region, we have some wonderful resources out there, but how do we find it? How do we navigate those things? One of the key items is the San Antonio Community Resource Directory. It is abbreviated as SACRD, SACRD.org. That is where individuals can go on and look under the tab for healthcare and look at options to support individuals on accessing and having health insurance if their employer doesn't provide it. Other things we talk about is nutrition. On that same resource, San Antonio Community Resource Directory, SACRD.org. It has options for accessing the food bank, accessing, again, food and resources, because we know that the cost of groceries is rising. And health starts with how do we nourish our bodies? Again, focusing on emotional health. One thing that I found that really just touched my heart, the CDC 2 years ago released the #1 cause of maternal mortality. What is causing harm and death to our moms? Do you know what it is? is substance abuse and suicide. Moms are feeling despair. They are either seeking or working through substance abuse or disorders, or they are suffering in silence, emotionally. At no other time in human history has suicide and substance abuse been a contributing factor to what is killing our moms. We used to think, I'm in the hospital, we used to think it was hemorrhage, it was other things, it was infection. They're still there, they're still contributing, but the number one is the impacting the health, the emotional and mental health of our moms and babies. What our nation has done is now create a hotline, 1-833 TLC Mama. That is 1-833 TLC Mama. So that is for all childbearing women, regardless of pregnancy, women that are in the childbearing age, and families that have children from birth to adolescence. That's a large population. So again, if you have a family member that is within childbearing age or that cares for children from birth to adolescence, the 1-833 TLC Mama hotline is 24/7 and is answered by individuals that are trained in this specialized population. It's been a call to action. How do we support our moms? We focused on access to care, but it's not just physical care. It's emotional and mental health care as well. It's important that we continue to shine a light on things that impact us. So we talked about access to care, whether it's physical insurance, access to food, access to mental health resources, but also understanding birth spacing, how to ensure that we're, again, having enough time in between our pregnancies. And again, with family planning, healthy discussions with our partners, healthy discussions with our family members, understanding how we want to experience childbearing is important. Other things we talked about is recognizing if we have chronic conditions and we're accessing healthcare, how to ask 3 important questions. Understanding the first question, what is my condition? So when you're in a provider's office or you're accessing any form of healthcare, asking 3 questions. The first question is, what is my condition? Second question is, what can I do to improve the condition and prevent worsening of my condition? The third question is, why is it important? Why do I need to do this? Why do you recommend this treatment plan? Help me understand. Those are the key reasons and ways, the easy ways that we can really advocate for our health. So understanding, again, as we summarize, how to ensure that we understand the health of our community starts with the woman. And there's a holistic approach. And our family members, it's all of us. Having eyes on our women that are childbearing ages, how to have those discussions. What does it mean to have preterm symptoms? What are warning signs to report to your provider? What are things that are important to not only discuss amongst our family members, our community members, our providers, but how do we seek those resources? How do we have, again, the empowerment to advocate for what we need? Because what we do know, being Black and African American is not a risk factor. Racism and bias is. So the key is we have to advocate for ourselves without shame, without concern that we're going to hurt someone's feelings, without again, this feeling of despair, we are empowered. Resources like San Antonio Community Resource Directory, which is sacred, SACRD.org, as well as 1833 TLC Mama is a phenomenal national resource that is manned 24/7 for mental health for our women in childbearing age and the families that care for children and adolescents. These resources are for us to be, again, empowered so that our babies, when we're here in the hospital, they get to come home with us, that they are healthy, they are strong, because we are protecting our health, we're protecting ourselves from infection, we're having family planning discussions of spacing our pregnancies. We're recognizing that every time we're having a discussion with a healthcare provider, we're asking at minimum 3 things. We're asking, what is my condition? Why, again, is this important for me to conduct this treatment plan? And what is important for me to know about it? How can I reduce the condition and improve it and strengthen my health? Knowing that it takes a community. It's all of us. It is not just that one woman. It is our family members, our friends, our co-workers, our significant others. It's everyone to reverse the statistics in what is impacting our community. And it starts with maternal and neonatal health. I am thankful for the time that we are spending together to talk about maternal health. The warning signs and report, which there will be attachments to these videos related to the warning signs to report during pregnancy and after a year of delivery. What are those asked 3 questions? How do we remember that and share that? Because it's not just for during pregnancy or after, it's for throughout our lifespan. How do we access those resources to support and empower our community to really take hold and advocate for ourselves? We can do it. We can do it together. Thank you so much for this time that we spent together. Again, please see the links. Please, again, feel free to contact us. We are blessed to spend this time with you and to discuss these amazing opportunities to own our advocacy, because we know being Black and African American is not a risk factor. Bias and racism is. Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
In a world so vast where dreams collide, we walk together side by side. Different colors, different creeds, yet love is the thread that intercedes. Through valleys deep and mountains high, we find our strength in the shaded sky. Hope is the beacon in the night, guiding us to a future bright. Every step on this nature trail, we celebrate life.